Hello and welcome back to 10 Minutes of Astrology. My name is Shannon and I'm joined today by my kitty cat, Spirit is her name. So, hi Spirit, thank you for joining us. Anywho, today on 10 Minutes of Astrology, we are going to be talking about the new moon. So this is coming from a person who has done over 15 years of astrology, tarot. I've practiced palmistry for several years, stichomancy, graphology for a long time. This is my take on the new moon. This is the horoscope for it, so stay tuned and hopefully learn some stuff. This is going to be happening on September 14th, 2023. What we're going to discuss right here are several things, but what I go into the details with, I'm only going to pick out a couple of little segments. So as you see here, we have the start of a beautiful kite. I feel like this kite or a kite has been around since our last 10 minutes of astrology. So this kite is between several different planets now. It is a broad kite. So a kite is a very positive aspect in astrology. It is very good. It is also going to pinpoint the things that you need to most focus on and work on. So that's the start and end, the front and back, the start and end of the kite itself. So here we have the new moon and the sun and Neptune. Other things involved in this kite is going to be Pluto, which is still retrograde in Capricorn, and Jupiter and Uranus, which is they are both retrograde in Taurus. So this pretty much covers the majority of this beautiful kite. Again, it is a bit broad in some places, so I'm not going to read too much into it. I am definitely going to be talking about this heavier trine and this square between Jupiter and Venus. The other thing that I want to discuss is Uranus and this trine again to the new moon. So let's pop out and dive into what all of this means. So the new moon is happening in Virgo. Well, what does that mean? The sun in Virgo, and I'm very biased against Virgos, I'm sorry. Virgos are the I'm going to criticize you in the nicest way possible sign. It is the I am blessing and I am perfect, therefore that is their downfall and their demon, is they think so highly of themselves and they try so hard to be perfectionists that it becomes their weight, their chain that drags them to the bottom of whatever it is, and it can drag them mentally, them trying to be so hard on themselves, to be so wonderful can be just a pain for everybody else involved. That's where the sun and the moon are right now. The sun is daily life, so you may be trying to be a perfectionist, or you may know somebody very close to you that is trying to be a perfectionist or is being overly critical of themselves or of other people. And I will say Virgos try to do it in the nicest way possible. They won't criticize you without outright They're not going to outright criticize you, right? They're not Sagittarius. They are more of the backhanded compliment type. They are the passive-aggressive type. So that's the sun and the moon. The moon is how you internalize the external world. It's your emotions. So not only are they criticizing themselves, or you're criticizing yourself day in and day out, but it's especially at this time period, it's taking that emotionally, taking it personally. Like, you're trying so hard. I try so hard. Don't listen to me. Right? So they can't help themselves, and then they're beating up on themselves, and or they want to beat up on somebody else about something, but they can't bring themselves to it. It's just a whole stressful freaking okay, the positives. because new moons are positives, and this isn't a kite, and all of the positives that I can think of is when it comes to being able to buck up to the plate and do what needs to be done and be detail oriented. And if you need to look at things with a critical eye, now is a great time to really comb through those details and find issues that need to be addressed, because you're going to be able to address them in a perfectionist fashion. Now is the time that if you are a perfectionist about certain things, that's fine, but the things that you like slide off to the side and oh whatever, now is the time, if you need to work on those issues within yourself, to bring those out and try to be a perfectionist about it. So that is a positive. Sorry Virgos, I find it very hard for things to be positive with y'all because it's just so hard. Anyway, then we have Venus in Leo. Venus in Leo, I've talked about before, is this exorbitant love. It's the summertime vibes, which are starting to wane, but not with relationships. It's still new relationships and fun, and it's fiery and passionate and just friendly and creative, right? Then you have the square to Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter in Taurus, I've discussed again in past videos, is I am going to be loudest and I am going to be heard above all else. My foot is down, my mouth is open, because Jupiter is about large communication. It's about expansion. It's about, luck. Taurus is about in the home. It's the sign of the bull. So it's not moving, right? It's just, we're here, okay? Put those two together, and people with Jupiter and Taurus will attest. They are loudmouths. They are the loudest person. They have the biggest opinion. You're not going to interrupt them. They will run over you in conversation. So that is square this Venus, lovey summertime vibe, have fun, and it just doesn't mesh. So your relationships, if you're leaning more towards Jupiter and Taurus, and you're with somebody who is, more Venus and Leo inspired, then that's just going to clash, because you're going to want to run over the Jupiter is going to want to run over the good time that Venus is having, and Venus is not going to hear loudmouth Jupiter, because you're just talking too loud, you're talking too much, you're running over everything, I'm not interested. And they're just going to be like, whatever, like, you're just doing too much. And Jupiter in Taurus is going to be like, well, Venus in Leo, if you would listen to me, and if you would, X, Y, Z. And Leo is not, never, try to tell a cat what to do. Please. No, it's not happening. You've got the lion and the bull, and the lion is just going to lick itself, and it's just going to be like, I'm just trying to chill with my friends and with my buddies, and Taurus can have friends and buddies, but they need to be the one hosting the party, right? They need to be the one that it's at their house and their rules, and Leo just wants to be the center of attention at the party. Especially Venus in Leo, where it's so much creative communication and relationships. Jupiter and Taurus is just this so you've got these very conflicting things happening with communication and relationships, that if you find yourself more leaning towards Jupiter and Taurus, take it down several thousand notches, okay? Chill out. You do not have to be so loud, all right? And Venus in Leo also needs to chill out the not taking things as serious. Like, they should take things just a little more seriously and have a little more compassion about it. Venus in Leo is the cat that just slowly starts knocking something off the table. Don't knock it off the table. Stop it. Stop it. Knock it. Don't knock it off. Knock off the fact that you want to knock it off. Okay. So hopefully you have enjoyed this most recent horoscope interpretation. I am still taking clients. If you are interested in a reading or would like a free reading, please reach out to me. And if you like stuff like this, press all the buttons. But I'm not going to make you. Here to love and have fun. But peace out, fam. Take care.